And welcome, everybody. Seen a lot of requests coming in here. This is fantastic. Happy Thursday to you guys. It's the great Mattsby and Tracker.
Yes, good
What are you
morning.
looking at today, Tracker?
I'm looking at I'm getting a lot of questions about game, and I've got a really cool chart I'll show you in a little bit about game. But why don't you go ahead and do the indices here, and I'll show you what is going on.
Yeah. So let's take a look here at SPY. Well, there's really no change, right? This is a weekly candles here. It's just going sideways for 3 weeks in a row, basically. So we're just waiting for either a back test or a breakout. See which way it wants to choose first. So just a boring waiting game now for SPY after the breakout. So patience is needed before we make the next leg higher. QQQ. Kind of same situation, but this one's actually trying to make higher highs with the body of the candles here. So we'll see how it closes tomorrow. Maybe if it can close above like the 558, 557 zone, then perhaps it can continue its journey up to the 578 first before any kind of big retrace. So good developments, but it's kind of just sideways action for the past 3 weeks for that as well. IWM still maintaining support of the 219.79 and the bottom of the cloud at the 217. So this is a very, very nice development for the IWM. Is it ready to break out above the cloud or the 786? Maybe not yet. Perhaps a few weeks time. So I think a little bit more consolidation too. But at least this is holding a nice support zone in the meantime before it's ready to continue the journey up higher. So good developments across the board here, but nothing is looking ready to break out just yet. Unless we're talking about altcoins, then a lot of them are breaking out right now. But before I get into those, we're going to look at Bitcoin here, and we can see that Bitcoin is actually still above the arc, right? It's a breakout. It's a back test of the arc. It's looking great. I think there is a potential to just continue to be boring for a little bit, maybe while some of the altcoins continue to outperform. So this is a good development, but it probably just needs more time before it heads a little bit higher to the 128 zone. And yes, that 128 zone is the next big resistance level because that's the important 1.414 Fibonacci extension level. So, Tracker, to you.
Oh no, I'm having some technical difficulties. Just keep going. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to point out some altcoins since I was talking about the subject anyways. So let's pull up XRP first because it's my darling, it's my baby right here, and we can see it's getting pretty close to the previous highs set back in 2018, way back in the day, and also the previous highs set back in January as well. We're getting to that point to try to break out above. So this is the last resistance point until we can get a massive breakout. So are we going to break out this week, next week? That's really hard to say. It's just resistance. So you know me, I'm not super bullish at resistance. I just want to see it broken first. And once we get a clean breakout, something like what Bitcoin did, and then maybe a back test, then I think it's pretty much game on to go to the $8 zone. So XRP is looking phenomenal. It's leading the market still. It's basically just a very, very, very bullish chart. So I do think it has potential to go higher. I'll even do Doge for you guys too. We can see Doge is still holding this 50% fib. It's not breaking any other resistance levels. It's still not making a higher high from back in May either. But it's going in the right direction. And we can see that if we just put on the Ichimoku, it's still even back above the conversion line, and there's a lot of room for it to just accelerate to the 618 and the bottom of the cloud. So I could see it making a higher high relatively soon. So I am very bullish on Dogecoin as well, and Ethereum as well, just breaking out. Oh, there's my giant arrow there. And it's breaking above the cloud. So it broke above the arc, and I did make a post about that. Once it breaks the arc, it can really accelerate, and that's sure enough what it's doing. And this time, once it can flip this cloud to a support, then I think it's really going to have an opportunity to just keep on accelerating to all-time highs. And my minimum target this cycle is going to be around 9,000. So with that, Tracker, are you ready now?
I think so. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Matt? So, Matt, oh gosh, I've joined as a second profile here. If you could
You have two profiles. I don't understand what's going on, right?
Add my second profile, please.
Yeah,
That's
I deleted.
what I do the video on.
Yeah, but I don't see you sharing any charts.
Oh,
So.
great. Hang on. Of course, I tried
Tracker has the most difficulties of all time. I've never experienced this in my lifetime.
Okay, here we go. Here's
always make things interesting. Yeah. Oh, there's a roller coaster, guys. There we go.
Yeah, the roller coaster guys. I had Grok draw this up for me. It's a bunch of people riding the roller coaster up with fistfuls of dollars in their hand. There's so many dollars that just spilling out behind them and stuff. So I'm sorry. What I'm trying to do this morning was make it so that you guys could hear me without drops and breaks and stuff. And anyway, tomorrow will be better than today because I learned my lesson on how to set it up. Okay, let's see. So this is SBET, just to let you know. This is what I've been telling all my subscribers. Why would you want? Everyone's like saying, should I sell here? Is it resistance? Should I trade? It's like, why? You're only here. Why would you want to trade now? Just hang on to it. You're going to be great. Bitcoin. Here's my Bitcoin chart, and I think I know I posted this morning that it's going to a minimum of 126,000. You know what? I changed this chart, and it hasn't changed. I think I changed it on my phone. Anyway, earlier I posted 126,000 minimum. I think it's going to go to this 129,807. So this should really say minimum 129,807, and then it'll get rejected the first time. That's trying to do this 50% level. Remember how I showed you how I did a master chart for Bitcoin, and the 100% level up here is like this 2618, and so just the halfway point is 129,807, and maybe the full 100% is 159,89, and we end up getting something like the 184. I'm sorry, the 141 or the 1618 for this would be the cycle top up here around 184,000 to 197,000 for Bitcoin this cycle, perhaps this year or like January of 2026. And so we're going to get this initial rejection of the 50% fib at 129,807. That comes back. Maybe I'm trying to figure this out myself. Maybe just the top of maybe just this 382 right here, 122,708. So don't be shaken out. Don't be scared about that. That's just going to be normal oscillation for what's going on with Bitcoin now. Tesla, does my TSL chart tell me anything? Not in this time scale. Expecting a lot higher for TSLL, a lot higher. So my target for this is still like $34, which is like 100 and it's a little less than 199% now, about 185% higher than where price is right now. Let me test the chart. I'm still looking for a retest of 420. And so now it looks like the catalyst is going to have to be, they'll run it up a little bit, but then they'll drop it back down just before earnings. The earnings will come out, and then Elon will talk about all the new stuff that's coming down the pipe, and then we'll get a run to 420.69 after that. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm betting on the earnings call being a catalyst to release everything to go all Snoop Dogg up here. All right, back to you, Matt. How about your Tesla chart?
Yeah, just my Tesla chart. There's really no change in it from yesterday or the day before or the day before that. Let me just switch to my screen here. And here it is, right? I was always talking about it's range bound, and I was talking on the daily chart how it just went to the top of the cloud a couple days ago. So it went back down to do a little bit of a retest, and it just is kind of trying to break out now. So stay above 321.32 is the goal for the week, right? Once it's back above that, then it's basically good to go to the 340s again and higher. So this is why you saw me accumulate more and more TSLL in this zone, because it's very attractive to me, right? This is something that really has potential now to continue the journey higher, because it's a bunch of higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low. It's market structure, right? And it's starting to be like I showed yesterday, like a little triangle formation here. And I know Tracker loves these triangles too. And it looks like it wants to just stay in that little wedge and just break out eventually. So we're good to go. And can it go back a little bit lower? Yeah, but that's okay. If it does go back lower, I'm just going to keep adding until it really breaks out, because this is a perfect setup for continuation higher. So I'm getting ready for it. And it's going to be another hated rally, I'm sure, pretty soon. So yeah, it's going to just keep going up. And then people are going to be all chasing the stock again later because they never bought support. History repeats itself all the time with this. And with that, I do see some requests. A lot of people were talking about open this morning, and I just
Yeah,
want
because
to
it's full up the pre-market.
yeah, and it went up previously 91% already. But this is like a stock that is just for gambling. I think if you're addicted to gambling, this is something that you buy because this in no way is a bullish chart, right? It just went straight down to some of these inverse fib extensions down here, and
Inverse extensions, they go down.
yeah. And that's exactly where it went. It went to the 1.272 on the downside, and then it bounced. So I mean, yeah, if you want to bottom fish, then this is something for you guys. But this is not a chart that I like, and it's still not a higher high, right? If you look from here, it's still lower high, lower high, lower high. Guess what? Pre-market here is still a lower high. So the market structure on this is not bullish in any way, and most of the move is already there, right? Even if you can add on the moving averages as well. We can just take a look, and that 100-week moving average, guess what? That's where it is exactly pre-market. 209, 210 is that 100-week. Then you got the 50% fib right there at 223. So all it's doing is reverting back to the mean, right? Honestly, that's all it's doing, right? This is a big zone. I can just draw a line for you guys here, and you can see this big previous support zone that was lost, and it's just going back at that to maybe confirm it as a resistance. So at this point, do I care about it? No. Did I care about it down here? No. I mean, if you bought down here for speculation, that's fine. But as long as you guys know what it is, it's just speculative. It's not anything that has a bullish market structure at all. So I try to avoid these kind of charts, but then when they run, people always want to chase them. But that's how they get trapped, because sometimes when they get to the resistance, then they sell off massively just back down to where they came from before they continue their downtrend. So I'm still cautious on open. If it ever flips this cloud to a support, then we can talk about some kind of a bullish setup. But right now, I just see it reverting right back to the mean here, doing exactly what a lot of stocks do before they continue their downtrend. So we'll see. We'll see if it proves me wrong, but I still don't like these types of charts. All right, Tracker, back to you.
All right, yeah, I got a couple things to share. First is my open chart, where I basically just did from the very bottom here is 0% to 100% retrace going back up, and then the 11.4 is way up here, and you see it failed, went down. So I subdivided the 11.4 with another 0 to 100% right here, and so you look on this side, and yeah, it's kind of exciting. Got over the 11.4, got to the 236. This will be more exciting if it can get to 219, test back to 155, and at that point, I might be interested in buying it. But until that, which I guess might take it into Matt's, is that a weekly cloud? But unless it does that, then it's no bueno. Yeah, here, look, the 382 gets it right to the bottom of the cloud, and it'll be in the cloud if it does 382 now, 236. Anyway, yeah, just because it went up this morning doesn't mean that you should buy it, at least not yet. And then I wanted to show you something that's not a request today. It's been a request in the past. This is my new chart for Rigetti Computing Incorporated, RGTI. And here's a 78% higher opportunity from where price is right now in pre-market at 1629. I think it's going to go to 2801, maybe 2916. The 141 fib on this side predicts 2801. My Fibonacci extension level predicts 2916 on this side. So there you go. That's from me to you guys. And then I will do a request. We had UNH. I'm just trusting that my UNH chart is up on this one. Oh, it's messy. It's messy. So I did a what if it was going to be bullish. This is the path. This would be the most bullish path it could take. Right? It hasn't even done that. The least bullish path it could take would be 382, 236. It hasn't even done that. It's still stuck plotting around with the 11.4% mini boss. And honestly, it's below the 11.4 again, which really means it could make a new lower low. And I'll bet I could do that by simply saying, I can do that. Oh, this is going to be great. Watch this. So I'm going to go from the 11.4. I'm going to go down to the all-time, the previous low, and look at the 141, and I'm going to predict that if this can't get over 300, it's going to 227.60. And then we'll see. We'll come back in a couple weeks or something and see if I'm right. 227.60 next if lower low. All right, we'll just stick it right there. Okay, and then can I get a riot? Matt's got a really nice riot chart. Let's see what my riot chart looks like on a weekly time point. Yeah, okay, so this is nice. So riot on the weekly chart, it has, remember, I love these two moving averages because they basically summarize all the action of 4 moving averages. The 75 is the perfect halfway point between the 50 moving average and the 100. And this 300 is actually, well, it's like between, it's like a derivative of 200 and 100, but really it's just 4 times the 75. So this is 75 period. This is a 300 period. And you can see the 300 is perfect resistance right here at the 382 for riot. So maybe this is a perfect time. I've seen this happen all the time. It goes from the 300, bounces back to the 75. So maybe instead of getting the super bullish chart that I was looking for, maybe it does this instead. It goes 382. Oh, come on, fibs. Why are you doing this to me? You move one fib and then all of them move. It's annoying. Okay, 300 back to the 75. So it's a 382, 236. That goes to the 1236 next. And, oh, I think I like the way, well, it doesn't quite match up with the ABC I had here. 1236, then the 764, and then the 2236. So let me just get rid of this because you're just distracting. Yeah, so there you go. I think that could be, yeah, this could be the riot chart now. So that resistance maybe goes back to 1028. If I'm wrong, it just goes on to the 618. And then maybe back to the 236. And if it goes to 764, then it goes to the 382. Anyway, or, oh, no, right. The new flavor of 2025 is 618, 382. So let's see if it can just get back over 1282 and run to 1619. I'm sorry, 1691, then back to 1282. Then the rest of it looks like a 1382. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm messing around with this. Oh, I like that better again. All right, so there you go. This is the chart I'm gonna say is likely for riot from here. So 1691, then 30, then 4752 for the wave 5 top, and that's just like this cycle. Then it kind of checks down a little bit, and then eventually it'll build back bigger than up here if they do all the right things. All right, back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I see Zeta. Did you already do the DHDV and HYPD for King Size Smile?
Oh, wait, no, I didn't. What's it called? Wait,
yeah.
let's see what we got.
Well, I'll just do my Zeta first, and because
okay.
I think you own both of those, so he was asking you about that. But basically, my Zeta chart, it's going back up to some resistance pre-market. And what I can see here is the 100-week moving average is still resistance, and that's 1569. So if it can break above and close above and stay above, then the next target would be 1861. But right now, I just see kind of range bound between the mid 15s and the 1340s right here. So this is kind of the range for Zeta. So it is right in this 45-degree angle nicely. It is a bullish chart, right? Because it just did a massive breakout, massive back test from the blue level to the orange level. So it looks like the bottom is in, but I just think it might take some time to break free. But once it does, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to go to 18s, maybe 19s, 20s, and so on. But it's just going to take some patience until we get some confirmation that it wants to break above that zone. And I did want to also do WLD as well. So WLD, is this the crypto people were talking about? Maybe it is. Yeah, so actually I see a couple of crypto that I'm going to do. This one, BCH and AVAX. So WLD is looking like it's still stuck under the conversion line, and that conversion line really is around 121, 122. So break above that, it can get more bullish, and we can also see if we go from the high to the low here, that the 117.4 is still a big resistance zone. This 236. Once it breaks above that, we can talk about higher, but right now we're just we're stuck under resistance. So 117 is going to be the goal to break above. And yeah, let's do some AVAX here. AVAX. So AVAX looks really nice, right? And it's holding this conversion line now as a support. It already backtested the 236 multiple times and the blue level of my GAN. So I think the acceleration to this 382 is coming. and that's 25.53. And I think once it gets there, and maybe it can keep on going to the 26.28, but this is going to be the next zone of resistance. So very, very nice setup for the continuation higher. Cannot complain about it at all. I think it's really just going to keep on breaking one resistance level at a time. And do I have a BCH chart? Maybe not. So BCH, we'll take a look here. Oops, that's the futures. Let's see here. BCH USD. Oh yeah, we'll do Coinbase here. And with Coinbase chart, I have this 50% fib already on the chart, the 561.11. So that's going to be the level to really break above. And as you can see, it is a bunch of lower highs, lower high, lower high, and it is back above the cloud now, which is good. And if it can stay above the cloud, then perhaps that 561.11 can get broken. So it's going in the right direction, right? It just needs to break this 561.11 to get a lot more bullish. So it's just kind of range bound now between the 480s and the 560s right now until it can break resistance above. All right, with that, go ahead, Trekker.
All right, thanks. It's funny. I see in the comment that Tracker needs a tech bro. I used to be a tech bro. Actually, do the IT tech support. I just the problem I came up with this morning was very complicated and involved a bunch of different conflicting sign-ins. Don't worry about it. So here's my game chart as I teased earlier. So here it looks like here's my major wave 1, wave 2. This is all just the price action from like April 7th low. And looks like what we got now is our micro 1-2, and it's happening really fast, right? It went from the 618 right back to the 236, and so the next target is the 1236. Now, remember the theory of alternation in Elliott wave theory is that if your wave 2 is very short, your wave 4 could be very long. Now, that's not to say that this wave 2 couldn't still be very long and then the wave 4 very short. So we'll just have to watch out for that. But I'm kind of thinking that this wave 2 is going to be short and the wave 4 is going to be longer. And at least that's the way I'm biased right now. So GME or GAME, I'm going to get those confused in my brain for a little while. It still has 117% higher to go to this 123.6 at $4.30. Then it tests back to the 764 at $3.18. And then the, why is it this? Oh, I must have messed around. Well, the 2236 up here at, why is this moved? At $6.67. Now, the amazing thing is that, I mean, I guess you kind of have to look at it as a different company now from what it was doing before. But if you do go back to the weekly chart and you look at all this price action, well, look, the 2618, the 300%, all of this, you know what? I got to go to log scale. I got to go to log scale to show you. Oh, wait, no, where is it? Oh, I thought it looked different than this. You know, I think I got to. Yeah, all this price action was just under the 11%. 50% is 263. Oh no, here we go. It's so big. No, it's not as big. I'm sorry, I'm confusing I'm conflating this with another chart. But basically, yeah, this just the 5 waves up here doesn't even get it back to retest the all-time high. That's just the sub wave in here. So you know, it goes to like $6 and something, test back to like $4, and then we get to go see retest $53. Oh well, yeah, because log scale looks like this. Oh, that's why I wanted to show. That's how I was going to show it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting my scales mixed up. I usually just do everything in linear scale. What am I missing? I'm missing one of my scales. That's what's going on here. It got deleted. But just from here to the previous all-time high, where we are, it's not even, you know, we're still under the 11.4%. That's, I didn't conflate it. See, I just got it. Get this out of the way. All this price action is just still under the 11.11% now. What I used to call the 11.4. So it's got a lot farther to go. The 50% will be a big test. So, you know, this could easily go to $26.76 before it really fails again for any length of time. That's 1,000%. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show everybody with GAME. So if you're buying it, if you feel like you're buying it late, you're not buying late, you're still buying it early. All right, that's all I wanted to say about that. Oh, you know, I do want to say I changed my Coinbase chart, And I wanted to ask you, Matt, did you see that presentation from the CEO of Coin? They had that thing, the presentation they just called Base.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so they want to make Coinbase. They want to make it the everything payment app, like what they have in China with WeChat. They want their app to be the go-to for all payments worldwide. That's their dream.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Base has been pretty popular for a while. Yeah.
yeah. So here's my chart. The Coinbase. I'm just basically saying I missed the 1-2 back here. It was a 382-236, and now it's going to the 1-2-3-6. Actually, no, it's actually going to the 1-6-1-8 is what I'm thinking. Well, here's the 1-2-3-6, 7-6-4, 1-6-1-8, 1-2-3-6, and then the 2-6-1-8 will be $9. That's almost $1,000 for Coinbase 971. But I'm not sure. It's hard to. I can predict that's going to 653 at the 1-6-1-8. It's hard to be sure if it's going to do like this is like the wave 3 and the wave 4. I'm just giving a rough idea that it could be like ideally it'd be 531 to 381. That seems crazy though. But anyway, just maybe don't trade it. Maybe just hang on to it until it hits $1,000 a share, like Matt's going to do. All right, back to you, Matt.
Maybe even 2,000. I don't even know. Maybe maybe $1 billion a share.
Matt's making fun.
I think Coinbase is going to be super explosive. And yeah, I do see a question for Jill Kelson. Do you put stop losses on crypto? No, I don't put stop losses on anything because I believe that stop losses are a scam because they're public knowledge of where all that liquidity is. So I don't do it. I think it's just basically something that maybe short-term traders use. But what I do is I just simply do not buy in a bear cycle. I don't buy at all, right? I just because the support is not that solid, and I only accumulate in a bull cycle. That's what I do, and then I just even short sometimes in a bear cycle as well. And then sometimes I put stop losses on a short, but I still think it's a scam because it's a free knowledge of all the market makers to know where all that liquidity is, because they know you're going to be willing to cover or sell at that price. So it's a scam in my opinion, and I will never do it.
Yeah, remember how Robinhood gets its money? They sell order flow to the other brokerages.
Yep. It's a scary, scary thing out there. And I think that's why most traders don't make money, because they don't realize that what they're doing is just public knowledge for all the market makers out there to just get all that liquidity. And how often do you guys see like, oh, I have a stop loss here. It just runs right through it. And then what do you know? It reverses right back up. Like you see that so many times. And then it gets people so frustrated. Then you end up chasing later. Then you just start losing money. That's why accumulation is the best strategy in a bull market, because you can make the biggest percentages, and also you can just avoid all the classic mistakes of chasing and all that stuff. So with that, let's do Cheesecake Factory. Oh, cake is trying to break this 2021 high right now. So that is the goal right there to do. But that is around 65.81, and it's not doing it. So if it's not going to do it, maybe it's going to go back down to the 59.21. Maybe it's going to go back to the 53.97. I don't know how far it wants to really retest. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they're doing this well, right? I thought Cheesecake Factory wasn't that popular, but maybe they're maybe they're buying Bitcoin. Who the heck knows, right?
I mean, like every date, like you go to the mall and you go to the Cheesecake Factory. We just don't date anymore, so we don't see it.
Yeah, I like their cheesecake. I mean, their menu is just too much. They have too many choices. I just can't handle it.
It's an everything menu. They just want, they want anyone to be able to order anything and find something that they like.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it's got to break 65.81 to get more bullish. So I'm expecting maybe a little bit lower before higher for this one, perhaps in the 50s. And let me just do UNH too, because some people have been asking me personally about that as well. And I have one thing to say, and that it's 298.24. If it does not stay above 298.24, it's going lower, right? This 618 is crucial for it to continue higher. And right now, this conversion line is putting pressure on it to go down. So that's not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing that this is a very downward sloping conversion line, and it's also underneath the 298 right now. So if this combination continues, then it's going to keep going to the 260s, 240s. And one thing I want to point out is the monthly moving average right here. The 200-month moving average is way down there at 224, and it hasn't back tested that in a very long time, since basically the last time it broke below the cloud, right? You see the trend? Break below the monthly cloud, go to the 200. Guess what? Broke below the monthly cloud. Maybe it's going to the 200. So be cautious with this. Breaking below the monthly cloud is a bearish signal, right? This is something I would not buy because this stock is not that bullish anymore for the longer time frame, because these are monthly candles. It could take a very long time for it to get back inside the cloud. Now, just like it did back this time in 2009, it took over a year, basically from 2008 to 2002 years, right? 3 years. It took a long time for it to get back above the cloud. So until that gets back inside the cloud, at least, I would just be cautious with this UNH. And whoever's out there saying it's a bull chart or whatever, I think it looks more like a value trap to me. And I think if it does not hold this 298, it's going lower. But if it does hold it, then sure, it can go back up to resistance, 340s, 370s, maybe get rejected, and then roll over and continue lower. So no matter what, I don't like this chart at all. Tracker, to you.
Yeah, whenever I see one of those big wicks and it runs back up again, but then price can't make a new higher high, it usually just falls back down. It just fills up a candle through that wick next. Here's crop. I did global X, ag, tech, and food innovation. I just did a quick and dirty chart, just a fib retracement back towards the previous high. This is a really good looking chart. I'll tell you, whenever I see a chart that IPOs for price X and it hits a low of half of X, like if it goes down to 50%, it holds 50% of what they IPO'd for, that's a good stock. That's a good chart. So I like this. And I think you can see it's back. It's already testing back to the top of the 11. I don't know what to call it thing. Let's call it the mini boss fib down here at the bottom. And with a successful back test on that, I think it could go higher. So as long as it doesn't lose $7.64, then it should be able to go back up to, I'd say, this 764. Well, maybe either test that. Maybe, yeah. Let's move this down one. It goes to the 236 at $8.65. Then maybe there's the flavor of 2025 or it's 618,382. But I really don't think it's going to get past the 50% the very first time. Let's just do 1236, 764. There you go. Take a screenshot of that. I think this is what we might see for it recovering its way back to the 50%, where it'll reject the first time, test back down, but then get over it the second time. So yeah, I like this chart. Let's see, percentage wise, that's always the litmus test for me. It's like, how much is it going to move? Is it going to be worth my time? No, it's 23% to here. I mean, maybe it's going to be a nice steady gainer for someone who's already got a big risky portfolio and they want more steady state stuff. I mean, this is kind of risky anyway. I don't know what I'm saying, except that it's not moving like Game is or SBET. So it's a good chart. I won't buy it though.
All right, I'm gonna just do one more, then I'll let you finish up. Actually, because we're running out of time here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to answer one question. Why isn't Bitcoin Cash talked about more? Because the chart is boring. If I talked about it more, then I would just bore myself to sleep. So basically, it's got to do something exciting for me to want to talk about it more. That's all. Let's see. Rocket Lab will be my last one for build wealth to buy freedom.
Oh, wait, I can't see your screen.
Yeah, I'm coming right now.
Oh, okay.
Relax, tracker. Relax. All right, 45.21. It's breaking above the 1.414. That's what I care about the most. And I talked about this on the show. I think once it flipped this angle to support, I'm like, yeah, it's good to go higher. And sure enough, it did that basically a couple weeks ago, and it went higher. So 45.21. Now that's the goal to stay above. If that can continue to stay above it, then you know what? The 1.618 comes next. 65.45 up top. So yeah, this chart is looking great. And all I care about now, stay above 45.21. That's it. So tracker, you can take us out. And wait, the first time Matt cares about fundamentals? No, I don't really care about Cheesecake Factory fundamentals.
We just like talking about cheesecake.
I'm just surprised that their stock is actually doing well. That's all, because most restaurants stocks they don't do too well. But
I
anyway,
was surprised to find that BlackBerry was still a working company.
yeah, they just rotated. That's why I asked: Is Cheesecake Factory, are they buying Bitcoin? Are they buying Ethereum? What's going on?
Oh, that's so funny. No, they're
All right,
just doing well.
take us
Let's
out,
see.
Greg.
Here's a QBTS. And I'm not sure what 1549 was supposed to answer. Probably someone was asking what it might test back to. But yeah, my target here is $28.32 or maybe $28.65. That's why the 150? That's weird. I guess it's just the way they lined up. This one did a nice 764, a little more than 382. Oh, more than 1382. Hang on a second. 100. Maybe this should go to the 2618 actually. It's funny when I talk about charts and it's like, wait, this doesn't make sense at all after all. Yeah, let's move this all to the 2618. 3115, which lines up a lot better with the 1618 on the right side, which is 3022. So just ignore this and ignore that and just hear me when I say I'm here to pump you up. No, 3022 or maybe 3115 for where QBTS is heading next. And of course, inside of this, it's like 5 waves as well. I don't really know exactly what they are. It'll look something like this, but don't worry about that. Don't trade the 3rd wave. Or this is the 5th wave actually. Don't trade it. Just ride it up. So from where price is right now, I've now got a new target that's even higher. 78% to the 2618 at 3115. Oh man, the time goes by so fast. That's another show, Matt. Is it Thursday?
That is another show for the history books. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with yet another show. I know we need a longer show. I would love a longer show. We were talking about this last night. Maybe one day we'll just do we'll have our own sports channel that it's just me and Kat and Matt talking like all day long, throughout the day, just telling jokes and having fun, looking at charts and eating snacks, kicking ass and chewing bubble gum. Yeah. But for now, Matt's got a Patreon. I've got subscribers. Kat's got a day job. So this is what it is for now.
Yep. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm always in my Telegrams. If you guys want me all the time, you know what you got to do. Patreon tier 4.
Hit that subscribe button. All right. Guys. See you guys later. Tomorrow, actually.
See you tomorrow. Weekly candle close. Bye, guys.
Woo.